Life of American Fireman, directed by Edwin Porter, was released in January 1903. This film shows that parallel action editing was not yet a post-production standard. The arrival rescue scene at the end of the film is shown twice, once from inside the house and again with time rewound, shown again from the outside. There is frequent reference in film history blogs that Porter later re-edited the film to incorporate parallel editing. If someone finds such a version, please contact us. In the meantime, we have taken the liberty and re-edited the arrival rescue scene as an added segment. The movie opens with the fire chief dreaming. You can see the image of a mother and a child. Child is saying her prayers. This could be the fire chief's child and wife, or any mother, any child that the fire chief rescues from time to time. The chief awakes, paces, and then leaves the scene. We see a firebox. And the signal being placed that there's a fire. The next scene are the firemen responding to the alarm, jumping from their beds, and sliding down the pole. Pay attention to the last member. This could be the chief coming down with his jacket. Here the horses are coming out to be hitched to the fire apparatus. Here comes the men now sliding down the pole. And there's the fire chief without his jacket. Continuity was still an emerging art within early filmmaking. The horses now hitched, race off to the fire. We see now the horses and the fire apparatus leaving the fire department building. This scene may very well be from Newark, New Jersey, and not East Orange, New Jersey, where the filming of the burning building actually took place. Porter had made other fire-related films about this time, A Morning Alarm being one, and he most likely borrowed footage from his other films to be included in here. As you'll see, there's a very long parade of fire apparatus coming down the road. The apparatus continues down the street. There's quite a number of pieces of equipment here. More equipment coming down the road. This is a live scene. I'm sure those dogs were not placed there, but that's just a scene on the streets of East Orange where I suspect this is really being shot now. Notice there's far fewer pieces of equipment now coming down the road. We see now the fire equipment being set up, hoses being pulled. Now we're inside of the building. Here we see a mother, hard to see her child, but her child is on the bed. She goes to the window and calls for help. The fireman then breaks down the door. The Edison marketing material referred to the fireman pulling down the burning drapes. Hype has always been within the movies. He now picks up the woman and takes her down the ladder. The fireman then returns, gathers the child, and down the ladder again. Now this whole scene will be repeated again outside after we see the firemen come up with their hoses. In proper movie-making magic, the firemen remain in frame and spray down the walls even though there is no fire there. Now we have rewound the scene all over again. Here is the arrival. There's the fireman who will go up the stairs and break down the door and rescue the woman. There she is calling for help, this time raising the window, which we didn't see last time. Here we see the ladder being raised. Fireman knocking out the window. He will soon emerge with the rescued woman carried down the ladder. The building involved here is a real building that had been damaged earlier by fire, which made it an excellent location shooting for Edison in East Orange, which is really right down the road from his West Orange laboratories. Here the fireman places the woman on the ground. The man there is actually an Edison employee, not a fireman. She pleads that her child is still in the building. He races up the ladder. We see the woman pleading on the ground. Soon the fireman, actually the Edison employee, will emerge. This scene and the one before, shot in different times, were put in sequential order as opposed to cut in with a parallel action. We're going to do that with this last scene just to show parallel action that we have taken for granted now.